Happy belated Thanksgiving. J Mac Sport 24/7. I am J Mac. Thank you for coming to my channel. Why I'm feeling the way that I am feeling today. Black Friday, Dallas Cowboys take it to the Washington Commanders 45-10. I gotta subdue my passion. I still gotta subdue my passion because it is against the Washington Commanders. However, my eye tells me that this is a different team than the team that played the 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. My eye tells me this team is the same team that played the Eagles in their backyard. And if the ball bounced our way at least once, we win that game. So I like that we went into Philadelphia and had a chance to win that game against the team that played in the Super Bowl last season. But there's a lot of haters out there right now on the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm going to point it out to you. I started to look into the numbers and saw some things about the Dallas Cowboys, more particular the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, none other than Dakota Prescott, Dakota Prescott, and then this phenom that's playing on defense. This phenom out of Fresno State, 5th round draft pick. Deron Bland is playing like a freaking beast, like he owned the place. 5 picks, 5 TDs. Sets an NFL record in 11 games, with games remaining in the season. Even when the NFL has shortened seasons, no one have ever done what we witnessed on national TV. Deron Bland, 26, a Dallas Cowboy. Dallas Cowboys setting records left and right. You got a record, I got a record, we all got a record. The Cowboys, America's team. It's hard not to get excited about that young man. Humble. Don't want to be in front of the camera, but the camera seems to find him because he finds the camera unintentionally. His skill set is unbelievable. I saw that. I mean, if he's playing that zone defense or even the man, oh my gosh, this man is unbelievable. Deron Bland. Before I get into talk about some haters, about what we just witnessed and what we continue to witness about America's team. This is Deron Bland's second season with the Cowboys. As I just alluded to, he drafted in the 5th round last season. He played in 17 games, a full season last year, but he only started 6. He only started 6 games, played 17. In 17 games, only starting 6, he had 38 solo tackles. 38. Now, since Trayvon went down, he's played in 11 games, started 11 games, and 36 tackles. He still have more games to play, but it gets better than this. This guy, Deron Bland, has a total of 12 interceptions in 2 games. in 2 seasons. 12 in 2 seasons. 5 this far with 5 TDs. I'm amazed at this guy. Humble. He don't need to, be in front of the camera. Camera finds him. He respects the game. He shows up. He shows out. That's what I like about these type of players. He looks like a player you don't have to worry about getting in trouble off the field. He just shows up, plays hard, pays attention. And I heard on the box that he's very coachable. And this is what you want. He's very a coachable player. Today's day, you see all these players become these prima donnas. You can look at them. You can look where they dress, where they carry themselves. They got to be prima donnas. They got the skill set. Oh, yeah, they got the skill set, but, players like LeBron, Deron Bland is the type of player that I want to play with. Not just if you're a coach to coach, you want to play with someone like that, willing to take constructive criticism, and he's so young right now. I love this. I don't know. It looks like Jerry Jones is going to have to open up that wallet again. That, he's going to have to do this. And this guy's actually putting up some true numbers for the Cowboys. And I'm digging it. But I want to go back now to the haters right quick. The Cowboys play who they play, who's on the schedule. We play who's on the schedule. The Cowboys have no control over who is labeled to be the next game up, who they're playing. New York Giants, first game of the season. No one knew the New York Giants were going to be this bad. They were projected to be a good team. 40-0, we spank them. Second game, New York Jets, another New York team. They were projected to be decent. They had Aaron Rodgers, 30-10. Unfortunately, this is what blows me away. These people that talking heads that get paid well to talk about sports, more particularly the Dallas Cowboys, because the Dallas Cowboys is where they make their money, because that's where they get their ratings. So they have to bring up the Dallas Cowboys. They have to have a segment on the Dallas Cowboys. This is how they make their money. This is how Stephen A. Smith became somewhat Stephen A. Smith, because of his hatred for the Cowboys. You even see former Cowboy players that try to mimic Stephen A. Smith, like Chris Canty. He played for the Cowboys. But this other guy that's a guest host or an analysis on Get Up and First Take, Dan Obnoski, I think I'm pronouncing his name that way. He's a former quarterback for the Detroit Lions. This fake wannabe Stephen A. Smith irks me to no end. He wants to talk about the team the Cowboys played, have not played, and how they have played them. But okay, if you are such an analysis, you're such an astute, football follower. Okay, the Cowboys was loaded when they played against the Giants and played against the Jets. Starting out with a new offense, this West Coast or Texas Coast offense didn't start out too well for the Cowboys, but yet they played two teams they were supposed to beat, and they beat them well. Unfortunately, the Cowboys had a season-ending injury against their premier cornerback on defense. One of the top corners in the entire league. Tore his ACL in practice. That shook up the entire team, the franchise, the fan base. So we go into this game, week 3, against the Arizona Cardinals, who we were supposed to beat, lose, take an L 28-16. I think Deron Bland moved from nickel to right corner position in place of Trayvon Diggs. We're still shook up, as Elvis would say. All shook up. So we lose to the Arizona Cardinals, but yet we bounce back next week, following week against the Patriots, beat them 38-3. But then we have a test in front of us. We have a test, and they call themselves the 49ers. Right? Week 5, I believe. So let's look into the numbers here. Right? The box score numbers here. So if you're getting paid like this guy, Dan Alanoski, you would look at and see these numbers. Okay, that Prescott, how did he play? How did he perform in that game against the 49ers? Mind you, we played at Candlestick. I don't know if it's still called Candlestick, but the 49ers. Prescott had not even a pedestrian, he had a really bad game. He had 1 touchdown, 3 INTs. Dak threw 3 interceptions. And I can't remember right now if that was because players or receivers didn't run the correct routes or there was some tip balls. But nonetheless, he's awarded 3 INTs. Excuse me, God, for a whopping 153 yards for the entire game. He finished the game with a passer rating of 51.6 in that 49ers game. And it looks like Cooper Rush got some action in that game. He's finished with 83.3 passer rating. He threw the ball for 2 times, 2 completions. Okay. Tony Pollard carried the ball 8 times, 29 yards. Average of 3.6 carry. No run offense. Gone. And CeeDee Lamb, 49 yards. Receiving, 4 receptions. 49 yards, 4 receptions. Averaging 12.3 yards for that game. CeeDee Lamb was targeted 5 times. Tony Pollard 5 times. Jay Ferguson 3 times. Micah Gallup, he was targeted 5 times, but he only had 2 receptions for 15 yards that game. So here's the game that we're without Trayvon Diggs again. We lose. We lose convincingly. We lose to the 49ers that game. Week 5, we lose. Okay. 49ers, that was a test. We didn't show up. Or we showed up. We weren't ready yet. Still early in the season. We weren't ready yet. Okay. Next game, the Chargers. Take care of them, right? Primetime game, 20-17. We win the game. Then we have a bye. Coming out of the bye, the Rams, 43-20. Cowboys look a little different now. Coming out of that bye. Mike McCarthy got this team rolling. Still got some penalties that we got to cut down. We still got some undisciplined there we need to attend to. Then we have another test the following week. We go into Philadelphia. The Cowboys lose to Philadelphia 28-23. This wasn't a 42-10 loss like the 49ers gave us. No. 2 road games. We lose both road games. 2 road games. One, convincingly the 49ers take it to the Cowboys to win. So right now, you're north them the better team. But then they played the team that was in the Super Bowl. They barely beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys look a little different. Cowboys had a chance to win that game. So again, coming out of the bye, we beat the Chargers, right? 43-20. And then the next game, following game, we lose 28-23. Okay, we lose that game. Here we are now. Here, the next 3 games. New York Giants. We play who's on the schedule. 49-17. Panthers, 33-10. And yesterday, 45-10. All right, we're on a roll right now. So what I'm taking away from this game, that the Cowboys have gotten their sea legs now that we have understanding Trayvon Diggs is not coming back into next season. And it took a few games to get squared away. And we weren't squared away with that when we played against the 49ers. We're still learning the offense. That's West Coast offense. But what are we doing now with this offense? It's not dinking and dunking as we were in the beginning of the season, first half of the season. Dak is looking down the field. Mike McCartney has Dak looking down the field right now. A precision, like a surgeon. I mean, he's dropping dimes right now, especially to our tight ends. Got Jake Ferguson involved in the game right now. I like with the Cowboys how we're no longer just looking for CeeDee Lamb, even though CeeDee Lamb is playing lights out. Didn't have that type of game yesterday. He had a TD, but Dak is looking for other receivers right now. But this is what I want to, put my keys on. That offensive line, that starting offensive line, they're playing more games together. The starters, they're not rotating. We're not having like one guy out or two guys out. The starters are in. They playing as a unit, and they play. Coming out of their bye week, getting ready for this. So I like where the Cowboys are at right now, and let's talk about Dakota Prescott right quick. Okay, this guy. I don't know what to say other than I am rapidly trying to claw my way back on this bandwagon. Dak is playing lights out right now. And in the last 6 weeks, playing better than anybody in the league right now. If you had to put a quarterback as an MVP right now, you may have to give it to Dak Prescott. You may have to give it to Dak Prescott. Let's look at his numbers yesterday. .331 yards, 32 attempts. 32 attempts, 22 caught. He averaged 10.3 yards a pass. Dak Prescott finished the game with a passer rating of 142.1, a QBR rating of 87.7. Dak Prescott is arisen. I hope. I have no problem with eating crow. I keep telling people that I have no problem with this. I want Dak to succeed. If Dak succeeds, the Cowboys succeed. The Cowboys succeed, then we fans succeed because, we take it from all angles. So, what do you think? Dak Prescott MVP right now in the league. If he continues to play this way, again, I need Dak to show up in the big game, and they're coming. They're coming, Dak. As I close, I want to say this right quick. And I got a little beef with a former Dallas Cowboy player, a former North Carolina player. He played basketball for the University of North Carolina, man's Chapel Hill, and he also played wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of you know who I'm talking about. Jesse Holley. Fourth and Long, whatever that show was that the reality show that he participated in, and won away on to practice for the Dallas Cowboys and won a spot, a Michael Irvin show. And I enjoy listening to Jesse Holley because Jesse Holley is intuitive. He has a mind for the game. He looks at the game within the game. He looks within the game and so forth. But he had a comment that didn't sit well with me the other day. So I'm going to put this out to all Cowboy fans. If maybe there's one fan or whoever watched this video, I need to push this out to you right quick. And you tell me what you think about this. He said something that didn't sit well with me. He said that someone on the lines that we're fans, which we are, but we're not Cowboys. And I look at it as interchangeably, where if you're a Cowboy fan, you're a Cowboy, you're a Cowboy fan, meaning you're a Dallas Cowboy fan. You are a Cowboy fan. And what he was getting at is if you didn't work for an organization, and or played for the organization, then you're just a fan. Wait a minute, Jesse. Cowboy fans, and many of us have been fans longer than you've been in this world. Many of us have paid our dues as a Cowboy fan against fans like the Philadelphia Eagles, the Washington Commanders, formerly the Redskins, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the 49ers, the Green Bay Packers, New England Patriots. We paid our dues, son. We are true, diehard Cowboy slash fans. We didn't have to play in a reality TV show. We didn't have to do that. We didn't have to go and sign up and get on the payroll for the Dallas Cowboys. We didn't have to do that. You had to do that. That's what you had to do. And so I take homage with that. I take issues with that. That you want to, segregate certain Cowboy fans amongst people who actually worked for the organization and or played for the organization. Because, truth be told, the majority of the people who played for the organization was drafted by the organization. A lot of them probably did not grow up as Cowboy fans. But most Cowboy fans come out of the womb as Cowboy fans. So we're true Cowboys fans. So you are not no more than a Cowboy fan than I am. Most of us are. Because you happen to be working for the Dallas Cowboys right now. And you happen to be on a reality TV show and you won that show. They got a spot to play for the Dallas Cowboys. You need to check yourself, son. I like you, Jesse, because you played for the Carolina Tar Heels. You wasn't that great of a wide receiver for the Cowboys, but yet you made the squad. Okay, so I'm gonna give you something for that. But when you played with North Carolina, you rode the bench, son. You didn't play. Even though you chose to go to Carolina, I'm sure, you being from North Carolina, you rode the pond, son. So I just got to put a Cowboy fan in his place with that mess. This is J-Max Sports 24/7. I am the host. Thank you for coming to my channel. If you have gotten this far, please hit that like button for me. It doesn't take much to hit the like button for me. Again, hitting the like button helps the algorithm and allows the channel to be listed where it can be seen or chosen to be seen. So I really appreciate it. And by all means, share the video and give me a comment. Like, share, subscribe. Peace. I'm out.